Welcome back, my dear friends. This is episode number 130 on the Zero Point Healing Show. And today I have with me an amazing guest and one of my best friends as well. So we know each other, I guess, for more than a year now. So she has been an amazing contribution to my life as well. So this is like a joint venture for us here after a long time. So today's topic is gonna be future and now. How can we make our future the now? So it's gonna be a beautiful manifestation kind of a topic here. How you can achieve your goals and reach there sooner. And Stephanie is my guest today, and she's has amazing tools that she's gonna share with us. All right. So before I move on to her, just a short intro about me. I'm Vishnupriya, for those of you who are new here. And I am certified in multiple different holistic healing modalities. Personally, I'm a holistic healing practitioner too. I have, right now, I kind of focus a lot on money and money consciousness facilitator is what kind of I call myself. At the same time, I also kind of have different businesses, and zeropointhealing.com is one such creations that I've created in this world. It's a web directory for all holistic healing practitioners, and it consists of all holistic healing modalities that exist out there. It's not yet there. There is about 60 to 65 different holistic healing modalities for which we have registered practitioners on the web directory today. So, if you are a holistic healing practitioner yourself, I welcome you to zeropointhealing.com. You can register for free if you're interested in this kind of an interview. You can contact me for that as well. If you are a client, on the other hand, where you are looking for solutions in your own life, well, I invite you to zeropointhealing.com, and there is so many different practitioners, healers, facilitators, therapists who can assist you regardless of which area of the life you need help with, whether it is finances, money, or your health, or, for example, manifestation, which is going to be the topic of today, or your relationships, or your career, job, whatever that is. All areas of life can be addressed with holistic healing, and that's one of the best things about holistic healing. Okay, so that's my introduction, and now we are ready to move on to my guest here. Welcome, Stephanie. Wow, I'm so happy and delighted to have you on my show, and finally we get to meet each other in this platform. So I'm so happy. So thank you so much for coming in, and tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey into this holistic healing world.
Yes, thank you very much. It's my great pleasure. And I'm here with joy and an open heart to serve. And I'm very happy to be here. And it's with great appreciation that I'm here to work and co create with you today. So thank you very much for offering this service and this platform for everybody. A little bit about me. I'm Stephanie Engelsman. I have my own home based business, Stephanie Engelsman Coaching. I categorize myself as a spiritual mindset coach or a spiritual coach and an intuitive healer. And I guess my journey began when I was a child. I was wondering when was the first time I got involved in this? Like, really, what prompted me? Because it was so long ago. And my beautiful higher self dropped me a memory. I said, okay, I'm going to go with it. What is it? And the memory was when I was 5 years old and I was consciously aware of my surroundings and my life. And when you're a child and you are intuitive and aware and conscious, and you're around these adults that might not be living as intuitively, you can create a lot of limitations, a lot of blocks, and you are limited because you're very small, you're in a small body, and you are being taken care of. So at this age, at 5 years old, I somehow shut the car door and I slammed my thumb in the car door. So my dad put me up on the picnic table by the car and went in the house and brought me an ice cream cone. sorry, an ice cream sandwich. So I was sitting there and I remember saying to myself, why am I eating? I'm not hungry. My thumb hurts. And I was aware that I was aware. And so from that point on, I had this awareness of all of these things happening. I just didn't know how to express myself and express this to the adults around me. And so you are aware that your mind and body, your intuition wants you to be, do, and express yourself one way, but then everyone else around you has a different plan for you. And so when you're living in a household, you have your parents and siblings, and then everybody has their own belief systems running. So from 5 years old till in the teenage years, you can just imagine not having conscious awareness of the belief programs that we're creating. We create supportive beliefs, unsupportive beliefs, things we want happen, things we don't want happen. And when I was 19 years old, I was introduced to a belief transformation weekend. And I thought, okay, well, what's this all about? So I went there and I had my socks blown off because we did timeline therapy and belief transformation. So I learned that I had a timeline. I learned that I have beliefs in the past and the future. I have feelings and emotions, and I have all this stuff inside that I didn't integrate from a child till 19 that all of a sudden wanted to come up and out. So I had this big emotional breakthrough and I thought, oh my God, this is wild, but it's also at the time was very overwhelming. So after that, I went into the world and I had made big shifts at that time, and I had awareness about myself. And then, then I'm an older version of me, aware. My intuition is coming back online now. So I thought, wow, this is great. Like, what if everybody knew this and lived like this? And, you're bouncing around the world and you realize that not everybody's consciously aware and they don't want to be consciously aware. So you get excited. The first thing we do when we notice something new, we want to share it with everybody. And so we kind of do this pushing energy. So I was doing this pushing energy. Oh, you got to know this. And, but people weren't ready for it. So time went on, and then 2005 came along and I enrolled in the course that would show me how to not only heal myself, but actually work with other people. And that was in 2005. So that was the NLP course, Neuro Linguistic Programming. Okay, another mind blown experience. And then intuition heightened even more, because this is where you learn to take responsibility for your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. And you understand how susceptible we are to installing beliefs, not only in ourselves, but in somebody else. So there's an even greater responsibility when we're talking to someone. So just by virtue of making a statement, when I say a sentence, you'll immediately create a picture. That's just how it works. You'll create a picture. And if I say something to you and you're undecided if you believe it, you may just unconsciously accept that as a truth and download it unconsciously, unaware that you're doing that. So if you can imagine, from birth till now, all of these unconscious programs we have running. And then, something like, for example, Corona comes and shifts everybody, and people are going from working for somebody else to working for themselves. And then how do I make this transition? In my case, I'm going from working for someone else full-time, working for myself. And then all of these programs start coming up. Okay, so now we're shifting through all the programs as for your own self, as you're, setting yourself up to work for others. And so, yeah, so so it's very powerful process. It's a huge process of letting go and taking responsibility for yourself and realizing that you are the creator and that thought is the creator, and that everybody independently can be, do, and have whatever they want at any moment in time without blaming anybody. So we go through this process of going back down inside, finding the root cause of this thing that's blocking us, transforming it, creating a new picture, a new feeling, and then a new action. And then that's our life. And there's no days off.
Beautiful. Yes, and I see already you have got into the title beautifully well. So, yes, belief transformation. I guess that's exactly was. So, let's say anybody in this particular call, I guess belief transformation is one of those things that, obviously it's our beliefs that's creating our reality. So if I change my beliefs, my reality is going to change, and those which I want to be in the future, talking about that future and now conversation that we were having as well. So tell us what exactly the process would look like if somebody books a session with you for their belief transformation, and maybe they have specific goals in their minds to achieve that. What happens if I'm the client? If I come to you, how long would the session be? How do we get started? What exactly happens in a session?
Okay, wonderful question. Thank you for asking. So it depends on the client goals and the problem, the what I call the presenting problem. So when somebody comes to you, they come to you for help me heal this or shift this thing, but we know there's always other stuff going on underneath. So the first step would be to apply, fill out a brief questionnaire, which also will trigger their unconscious mind to bring up stuff that their conscious mind is not thinking about. So that already starts the process. So as soon as somebody decides, oh, I think I want to have a consultation, their higher mind is like, okay, I'm ready to do this now. So so the process has begun before we even met. And sometimes intuitively, as soon as I get this email, so they'll fill out the form, I'll get an email, and then I'll book a call with them based on the questions on the form, because it will tell me if they're ready. And I'll ask them, are you ready, to make changes? So yes, if they're ready, great, let's book a call. Then I'll do the consultation, and then I'll find out where are they in their life now, where do they want to be, and are they willing to do what it takes to get there? So a session would be, the first session would be, let's see. So right now what I'm doing is a 3-step process for my signature program, which is a 3-month or a 6-month program, because we know over time as we transform our beliefs that we need integration time. So, so first I would find out what they want, and then we would find out what are they doing now to achieve that goal, and then what are their goals. So the first session we would we're going to find out what they value in a particular life area. So in NLP, there's a wheel of life wheel, and it has like the pies of life, and it has all the categories of life. And if something in that category in our life is out of balance, then the wheel doesn't run smoothly in our life. So we find out specifically what areas of their life do they want to change, and then we find out what they value in those areas. Once we get the list of values, so I'll talk to them, and that will be one session. The first session, it might take 90 minutes to do that process. So then we'll get the values, we'll put them in a hierarchy, end the call. They're going to come back for the next session, and then we're going to find out. So now we have a list of their values. So now they feel confident, empowered, they have awareness, because now they know what's important to them. For example, relationship to self. Then we come back, then I ask them for each value, what's important to you about each value? They're going to tell me. I'm going to know if they have a supportive belief that's moving them towards that or away from that. We're going to clear the beliefs that are moving them away from their goal. And then we're going to end the session. And then we're going to keep clearing the beliefs until all the values and all the beliefs in all the values are all in alignment. Once the beliefs are aligned with every value, then we're going to do the final process, which is setting goals into the future timeline. So now that you know what you want, you have a belief that's lined up in alignment with it. Now we're going to put that in the future. And now as you drop that belief in the future, your timeline's going to shift all the way back to now, and you're going to receive synchronicities and intuitive hits from your higher self on the action steps to take. So if we just get quiet and close our eyes and visualize ourselves in the picture, and get quiet every day, we can connect and get those action steps towards the goal. So we're not doing massive action, we're doing intuitive action based on a specific goal that we put out there based on our beliefs and our values, what we find important, and then we can move forward to achieve that. And then we make that our life.
Wow, that's beautiful. And so how long would the session be like?
The first session would be 90 minutes to do the belief elicitation. It may take up to 2 hours, because what I do is I help a client relax, and they have to let go of the conscious mind and allow the unconscious mind to take over. Sometimes the conscious mind jumps in, so we have to relax and go back down into a meditative state, so then they can, allow the answers to come out naturally. So it could take 90 minutes to 2 hours for that, because now not only do we get the values, but we sort them in a hierarchy. So just the first list can transforms into the second list, the third list, and the fourth list. And the second session, they come to do belief transformation. It could be 60 minutes to 90 minutes, depending on them and the nature of the belief. I work ethically. I will not leave a client triggered. So if they're in a triggered state and we've hit an hour, I may go to an hour and a half. However, I will let them know at the beginning of the call that based on this, we might need an hour and a half. Are you okay with that? So they know ahead of time what's going on, and their mind is already set up so that at an hour, they're not fishing around wondering, what's going on. So 90 minutes for that. And then we can do, for the future, dropping in the timeline is about an hour. So you want to kind of do it in a way that they're not getting overwhelmed. So it's not the amount of time, but it's what we're doing in that time. So that's why the packages are 3 months, 6 months, so they have time to integrate and notice their shifts as they go, as well as having a coach that's supporting them in the transition. So if they have questions, they can say, oh, this thing happened. And I often hear that really great things happen, which is cool.
Right. And so is it like a weekly once? So you said about the 3 months, 6 months. So how?
It would be, yeah, we would do one session a week for the duration of the time period.
Okay.
They could do 2 sessions in a week. It's with my discretion and their interest. It depends if they've done session work, if they're familiar with belief transformation, maybe they have a lot of experience, and maybe they can do 2 in a week, but then it also depends on their goals, how much information we're processing. So we intuitively will know. So I will just make that call. Yeah.
Beautiful. So can we go into the free demonstration that you have for us? I'm like all excited. Just wanted to get a taste of it. So let's get started.
Okay, sure. How much time do we have?
10 minutes?
For that. Okay, that's a perfect time frame.
Okay, good. Yes. So my dear viewers, Stephanie is going to do just a short 10-minute free demo for this thing that she's talking about.
Belief transformation, creating your future.
Yes, that thing.
Okay. Wonderful. And your unconscious mind is taking and sorting everything brilliantly. Perfect. Now, shall I use, or may I use you as the demo?
Yes.
And then everyone can join in their own way.
Right. Yes. So you can say it for me, but at the end of the day, everybody watching the video can also do it. So you're basically giving us all instructions here.
Yes. And they all can participate now as well. Okay, wonderful. So can you think of something in the future about which you are anxious?
Interesting.
Do you have one of your many goals that
Anxious? Yes. So I guess not anxious, but I am looking forward to create something around, let's say, June 15-ish, which is going to be like 1,000 people plus kind of a conference that I'm creating. So this is going to be the first time I'm doing it. So I'm like, okay, where do I get started? Kind of a thing.
Okay. And what is the emotion you are feeling when you think of that event?
Hmm. Wow. It could be, I can't name it, but
Anxiety?
yeah, let's just keep it anxious.
Nervous?
Anxious feels okay to me.
Okay. Okay, so for the purpose of you, then you will travel towards the future to that event. And for everybody else in the audience, if there's something about the future by which they have worry, they have fear, they have anxious or anxiety, then I invite you to follow along as well and just notice what you notice. Okay, so now I invite you to close your eyes and just relax back in your chair, noticing that you're supported by the chair. And perhaps you would even like to take in a deep breath and notice how good it feels to just close your eyes and go inside. And now, if you would, just float up into the air above your house, floating all the way up. And some people like to float up above the rooftops and some above the treetops. And others like to float way up into the blue, blue sky. Wherever you like to float up to is great. And when you are way up above the now, look down and notice as you tie some balloons to the now, marking the now. That's right. There they are. And what color are your balloons, Vishnu?
Red.
Perfect. And now, pardon me, excuse me. This is weird. Okay. And now, as you excuse my coughing, I invite you to close your eyes and relax back into your chair. And floating way up above your roof, above your house, above the treetops, and way up into the blue, blue sky. Just looking down and noticing those red balloons tied to the now, marking the now. And now turn if you need to, so you are facing the future and staying way up above. Float over the future to above the event, your new event, staying way up above. And as you float up, way up above over the event, notice the event down below you on your timeline. That's right. And just let me know with a nod when you are there. Perfect. Thank you. And now that you're directly above the event, float even further out into the future, staying way up above to 15 minutes after the successful completion of the event about which you thought you were anxious. And tell me when you're there, perhaps by nodding your head. And now turn so you are looking towards the now at those red balloons way off in the distance and ask yourself, now, where are the emotions? Gone. Disappeared. That's right. Are the emotions gone, Vishnu? Good. And now float down, down, down into the event, right down into the timeline, looking through your own eyes, see what you see, hear what you hear, and feel what you feel as you notice the future memory is flat or balanced. Is the emotion gone? Good. It's disappeared. And sometimes this position is where you can get some learning. And sometimes your unconscious mind gives you the learnings now, and sometimes it saves them for another time. Whatever happens is perfect. Good. Go back up above, floating all the way up to your timeline and above your timeline. After the successful completion of the event, turned and facing those balloons way off in the distance, marking the now. And now come back above your timeline towards those balloons, staying way up above. Noticing how your timeline shifts below you in light of your new feelings and emotions. And you can let me know with a nod when you are back at your balloons.
Yes.
Perfect. Now float down, down, down into your timeline, back into the room, back into the chair, organizing your timeline the way you want it to be. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back.
Wow.
I
Wow.
apologize.
Yep, not a problem. It was like just short, I guess it was just 7 minutes. And I'm like, wow, so much is possible. And I did get so much of clarity around how this can be conducted, what timings can I use, how this stuff can happen. So much of clarity around so many questions that I've been asking around that. I instantly it's all just coming up to me right now. I'm like, wow.
Beautiful,
Ooh,
beautiful.
that was so beautiful. Thank you so much, Stephanie. So tell us how can somebody from whoever listening here, if they want to kind of book a session with you, is there like a free consultation, or how can they kind of chat with you, maybe to let you know, talk to you first? How does that happen?
Yes, yes. Okay, perfect. So they can visit my website, stephanieengelsman.com, or of course they can visit me on zeropointhealing.com website for healers platform. And once they go to my website there, they can apply for a program or apply for a discovery call. And that's going to take them into a 30-minute free consultation where we can meet and greet through Zoom video chat. And I will be able to assess where you're at and if my tools are suitable for you to reach your goals or shift your stuff. I like to call it the stuff. And if so, if we're a fit, if I can help you and you're excited and you're ready to start, then we can book the first session or book the program and get going. So
Wow.
so it's that quick. Yeah, I like to move forward. I like to see the end result. I'm passionate about watching the real-time transformation. So usually people that come are ready. They're ready. They're like, yeah, I've done all this, or yeah, I really want to get somewhere, and they come and that's it.
Wow.
But
And
may I
on
ask
top,
a question?
sorry.
Oh, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I have to ask you one more question before you close, but continue.
No, on top of that, we are also giving my dear viewers here, you have a 10% off coupon code, which is 0 points. So when you contact Stephanie, you can tell her that you found her through zeropointhealing.com, and she'll give you that 10% off as well for your first session with her. So, wow. Thank you so much, Stephanie. And what did you have for me?
Yes. Yes. So Vishnu, just think about what used to make you anxious or whatever that old emotion was for your future event. And notice that the emotion is flat or balanced. And as you float out into the future, notice if you still have that old emotion, or perhaps you may notice that you do not.
Yeah, it feels very,
Come back to now.
yeah, it feels like there's no emotions. It feels like it's already done. So, what more emotions?
It is done. And now your unconscious is now sorting out all of your tasks for you easily and effortlessly. So congratulations on your new event.
Stephanie, I'm amazed. Literally, I thought I know you, but today I'm seeing a new you here. So I'm like, is this the same person I knew about?
All my stuff is now coming out of my energetic toolbox, so I'm ready to
Right,
serve.
right. I can sense that huge, massive difference in you as well, and the kind of contribution that the belief transformation stuff is. So, thank you, Stephanie, for all that beautiful service that you're doing to this world. Wow, you're amazing. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All
Thank
right,
you.
my dear beautiful viewers here. So that's the end of our conversation. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do subscribe, and you can also support us by sharing this video with your family members or anybody that you feel is going to be benefited out of this short beautiful gift that Stephanie gave us today. So thank you all for your support. I'm going to see you in my next show. Thank you so much, Stephanie. You're amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to you and your guests. Thank
Wishing
you,
you all
everybody.
the beautiful success for your future with your business, and thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye, dear. Bye
Bye.
bye, my dear friends. I'll see you next time.